It's story time, and this is a juicy one if you're concerned about women's rights in our current political landscape. Back in April 2021, I decided to make a go of selling my company, and I was advised to run a process and hire a mergers and acquisition banker, also known as an M&A banker, to help me do it. I got a list of bankers, I interviewed all of them, and I got it down to a short list of 3. Now, when I research a vendor, I don't go just by what those firms tell me. I do my own independent research to make sure there's nothing concerning or contradictory out there. Well, I found out that the lead banker from one of the firms that we were considering, the main guy who pitched us, was the founder of what is known as a purity ball. For those of you who don't know, a purity ball is an event attended by conservative Christian fathers and their teenage daughters to promote virginity until marriage. The daughters publicly accept white roses from their fathers and make a pledge to stay virgins until they get married. Now, personally, I find this weird, creepy, and very disturbing that grown-ass men are obsessing about their teenage daughters' sex lives to the point that they're creating a whole program around it. But this is America, and you should have the freedom to do pretty much whatever you want as long as you're not hurting somebody else. But I also have the freedom to not want to support such a thing. And I've been concerned for a long time how conservative Christian values are starting to impact the rest of us through policy decisions being made in our country to the detriment of women and girls. This was all happening back in 2021, and as it turned out, my worries were well-founded because just a year later, Roe v. Wade was overturned and American women and girls lost a right that they've had for 50 years. And shortly thereafter, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, who attended a purity ball with his daughter, ascended to the most powerful position in our legislative branch. And today, we're actually having conversations about whether women should have the right to travel across state lines for abortion care, should be prosecuted for it, and whether they have the right to access contraception and IVF. In some states, women are dying for lack of medical care and being prosecuted for miscarriages because of the beliefs of people who buy into things like purity balls and their desire to impose those beliefs on the rest of us. But back to my story. Here I am, a woman entrepreneur, about to hopefully sell my company for a life-changing amount of money, which is a rare achievement for a woman. Like only 1% of women do this. And I'm going to put my financial future and my trust in the hands of a man who founded a purity ball and pay him more than a $1 million fee? Hell no. So I crossed him off my list. I went on to hire a New York banker and successfully sold my company for $25 million in cash. It is a privilege to be able to take our values into account when making decisions about profit and money, especially when your financial future is at stake, as mine was. However, it is vital to those of us who can afford to exercise this privilege. If I had given this firm my business, I would be in some small way supporting what I believe to be the increasing oppression of women in our society. And I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.